Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Hope we're all good. Hope we're all well. How's our week going so far? How's everything going with you? It's Wednesday, middle of the road. Weekend is just around the corner, so checking in on you guys. How are we all doing? What's going on? Ask away. Tell us all. Good morning, Belinda. Hope you're well, sweetheart. Good morning, Pixie. Hope you're well. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Leslie. Lovely to see people on here. I've just come on a few minutes early just to see if everyone's all good, seeing everyone's all well. My morning has been an absolute nightmare. I put my phone onto charge throughout the night, only to realise there's a problem with the charger. So I woke up this morning to 5% battery. The phone has my bus ticket on, so it's like, oh my God. So thankfully I borrowed Bear's charger, which managed to give me some juice, enough to get on the bus. And then the bus was 10 minutes late. 10 minutes late because it was a new driver. So he had an instructor on with him, telling him where to go, what stops there were. He nearly went past my stop, which, I know that there is a shortage of bus drivers, but the morning buses is full of workers, full of us who need to get other buses or need to get to places to open up or to get to work. So it wasn't really ideal that, we had a newbie. So by the time we got into town, I was about 15 minutes late. So I caught the next bus. That was all fine. The bus from Exeter to Tiverton, gorgeous. Seeing all the lambs in the fields, seeing all the beautiful nature, wildlife, it calms me down. So it's all good. Tracy, good morning, sweetheart. I hope you're well. It's a beautiful sunny morning. It is. And I'm so realizing it now because I normally go out I always get the 6:45 bus. And for so long, I've been getting it in the dark. Now I can just see the sun rising. There's a beautiful glow along the horizon. And now I get the Tiverton bus in the daylight. So you can really see those lighter mornings coming in. And I love it. It's so nice. And nothing worse than arriving to work in the dark and then going home in the dark. So I'm noticing the lighter mornings and the lighter evenings. I'm noticing when I lock up the shop, it's still daylight. So it's beautiful. Spring is only round the corner. Good morning, Jenny. Hope you're well, sweetheart. So today is the crystal of the week. We're going to have a little chat about the crystal, and this is Amazonite or Amazonite, whichever way you wish to say it. So, you guys at home, you might have pieces of Amazonite or Amazonite. And if you've worked with this before, if you're working with it, let me know what you get from it. How does it make you feel? Amazonite was in the center of our grid for boundaries on Monday. And whatever goes in the center of that grid becomes the crystal of the week. So today we're going to do the ins and outs of this beautiful crystal. So I'm going to duck down. Good morning, Claire. I hope you're well, sweetheart. Morning, Norma. Beautiful. So Amazonite. Gorgeous colouring. Absolute beautiful crystal. So we've got some capuchons down here. But that shimmer, beautiful, where the light catches it. Good morning, Kay. I hope you're well, sweetheart. Good morning, Kerry McCarthy. I hope you're well, sweetheart. So we've got the beautiful Amazonites. These are from Madagascar. This is Madagascar Amazonite. And on the spheres is Brazilian Amazonite. And that's where this crystal was first discovered, hence the name. They did discover a small pocket of Amazonite by the river Amazon. But then it's more widely known around Madagascar. But as you can see, we can still get Amazonite in Brazil. These spheres are also dusted with garnet and bits of black tourmaline. Beautiful. And you might see in them, you might see that shimmer. And that shimmer is because it's a feldspar. It is the same family as the moonstones, the labradorite, the sunstone. Gorgeous. And it might be the same family as moonstone, but it does have a different crystal system. Moonstone is monoclinic. We have the triclinic crystal system here. 3 different lengths on the axes, and they have an incline position when they grow into the angles. There's an incline into the angles as they grow. So, but same family, the same crystal system as labradorite or labradorite and rhodonite. On the Mohs scale, the measure of hardness. So this is what we know, what we can do with it, how we can store it. It's not so bad. It's a 6 to a 6.5. So again, if you've got any quartzes, your quartz will be a 7. So if you've got quartz with your Amazonite, there may be some damages. And especially if you've got any rubies, which are an 8, 9. So it's always good to look at the Mohs scale so we know what can we take along with Amazonite. So other moonstones, you can carry it with Amazonite and that should be safe. But then you need to be careful if you've got calcites or fluorites, because they're lower on the Mohs scale. So your Amazonite will be damaging your calcites or your fluorites. So yeah, it's a lot to think about when you're carrying crystals or you're storing them in boxes, or, you know, if you're packing, if you're moving house and you're having to pack your crystals up, you need to think, you know, especially with us who do shows and we have to pack up for the shows, you need to just be a little bit careful of who can go with who make the best travel buddies, because you don't want to be traveling all that way just to find that your crystals have been having a bit of a balmy in the back seat. So if you're storing it, if you're carrying other crystals with Amazonite, make sure that they're on the same Mohs scale. Make sure that they're the 6.5. And the chemical composition. So we've got potassium aluminium silicate. So the aluminium is in there, and we know if we have too much aluminium, it's not very good for our body. So it's not a crystal I would recommend putting in to your drinking water. Don't use Amazonite to put into your water. You can, like I always recommend, always indirect. If you're unsure, put a circle of the crystals around and put your drink in the middle of that circle of crystals. So your water vessel, whatever you're carrying your water in, make a circle of the crystals of the energies you want and leave it overnight. Allow those crystals' energies to infuse in the water. That's always the best recommendation, is to do indirect. So potassium, aluminium silicate. The cleansing. How would we cleanse Amazonite? Smudge is always my go-to. Light your white sage, light your Palo Santo, even if you've just got the incense sticks, and just run Amazonite through the smoke, cleansing them as they go. Sound, your singing bowls, your tuning forks, your tincture bells, whatever you use to create that sound. And like I said, it's a 6 to a 6.5. So yeah, you could use water. Just always be aware of how you're going to dispose of that water, because we've got aluminium in there, we've got potassium in there. So we don't want wildlife to be drinking that water. We don't want it harming other people or others. So always think about that. But water you can do. With raw pieces, I wouldn't submerge for so long, because you might see that gorgeous colour of Amazonite fade over long periods of time if it's been submerged for quite a while in water. And then charge with that beautiful pale energy. It's got to be the moon. I would use the moon to charge Amazonite and not the sun. I think the sun is too powerful for it. But what do you guys think? What would you use to cleanse Amazonite? And would you use the moon, or would you use the sun to charge Amazonite? Remember, it's two different things. Cleansing is to clear, and charging is to rest. So we tend to cleanse often. If we're working with a crystal, we tend to cleanse it daily, especially the likes of black tourmaline, which is quite powerful and very good at absorbing negativity. We want to be cleansing that quite often. Amazonite helps us to speak our truth, connecting our heart to our voice. So if we're working with it with that, we need to cleanse it often. And by cleansing it often, we're keeping it fresh and keeping it good. Charging is something that we do on a full moon. So every 28 days? Or when there is sun in the sky, which in England is quite rare. What was I going to say? So always think about your charging and your cleansing. Two different things. And you don't have to, on a full moon, you don't have to put all of your crystals out. Only charge the crystals that you have used in that moon cycle. If you've not used that crystal, then the energy is still there. It's still charged. It's still raring to go. So only use the crystals, only charge the crystals that you've used in a full moon. So that's the ins and outs of Amazonite. Let me know what you feel with Amazonite. Let me know how you think about it. Have you used it before? What did you use it for? Like I said, it's incredible for the voice, really helpful for the throat chakra. If there's tension, if there's aggressiveness there, if there's things that you need to say and you want it to be done in a calmer energy, bring in Amazonite. It's such a brilliant, supportive, strengthening crystal, and especially for the voice box. If you're somebody that's always using your voice, then it's really good there. But for me, it always helps to link the heart, because we get that nice variant of green to blue with the Amazonite. So it's really nice to link in the heart with the voice. And if you're speaking from your heart, you're speaking from a place of trust, a place of truth. So always speak your truth, always speak there. And sometimes we don't. So we get this build up, we get this blockage here. So bring in Amazonite, speak your truth, let people know how you feel. And with that calm, gentle energy, you're not going to say it harshly. You're not going to say it really bad. So always, I love it. Love Amazonite. Really good for kids. And especially if kids are having to communicate with adults. And sometimes kids don't speak up because they think that, they're just kids and no one's going to take them seriously. No one's going to believe in them. So when a kid talks to an adult, it takes a lot of courage for the child to speak to that adult because they feel they're not on their level. But if there's anything going on in the child's life, if there's any bullying, any issues, bringing in Amazonite allows them to feel confident and to feel safe enough to speak to a grown-up and to say, I'm not happy at school, or I'm not happy with this lesson, I'm not happy with this, I don't need to sit with this person. Helps them to find their voice, helps them to speak, rather than, again, blocking that throat by holding on to their truth, holding on to what in their heart they want to say. So real nice crystal for children, and a nice one to put under their pillow. Dreams, visuals, Amazonite is really good for if they've got a good connection to fairies or the woodland folk. Even adults, we can have a good connection to the fairies, to the woodland folk. Amazonite seems to have that nice fantasy vibe to it, that nice energy that just links us to all things fantasy and all things mythical and allows us to communicate on that level. So a real beautiful crystal. But let me know what you guys think about Amazonite, and how would you use it? What do you use it for? Why, if you pick up Amazonite, why are you carrying it around for? What is it that you're using it for? Because I like to learn things. I love to know. Morning, Siobhan. I hope you're well, sweetheart. So I'm going to pass the book over to you guys. Let me know what you think. But yeah, just a run through. It's the triclinic system. So different angles, and then to be more inclined. Same crystal system as labradorite, rhodonite. It's part of the feldspar family. It's 6 to 6.5 on the Mohs scale. So always think of that. Always be conscious of that when you're carrying it with other crystals. Don't put it with your quartzes. Don't put it with your fluorites or calcites. Quartzes will do damage to your amazonites, and amazonite will do damage to your calcites, your fluorites. and it's got potassium, aluminium. So no, we don't put it in your drinking water. And cleanse, we can use sound, we can use smoke, we can smudge, and water is okay. Water is good, but not for prolonged periods. Don't keep it in for a long time, because if it's a raw chunk, you will perhaps see that colour fading. Tracy, I always have a Amazonite with me when I have important meetings or job interviews. Gave my daughter some at Christmas to help her confidence in social situations. Love it. Yes, brilliant. Exactly where Amazonite will play in, and especially with important meetings, job interviews. You get that nervousness, a little bit. Ooh, bring in Amazonite. Compose, open up your heart, connect your throat to your heart, and speak. Trust in your heart, trust in what is in here and how it comes out. Brilliant. Kerry, always feels like the friendship stone to me. Yes, yeah, it certainly draws out the confidence and really holds back on the shyness. So friendship stone, and again, especially with children, especially when it's their early years at school, or if they've just moved school, and it's like, great, I'm going to be the new kid in the class. Everyone's got their friends. Eek! And you automatically bring in those boundaries. This week, we gridded for boundaries. So they put those boundaries up. But Amazonite, no, friendship, let's speak. Let's get that confidence. Say, hello, would you like to be my friend? Hey, can I play with you at break time? Hey, can I sit with you at lunchtime? Encourages that vocabulary, that vocalizing. So, yeah, brilliant. Love that. Tracy, love the idea of it buddying up with the passion of garnet and the protection of black tourmaline. Yeah, what a mix in that crystal. What a mix. If I just get the bigger one. So, yeah, you've got the beautiful garnet there, which Tracy says is your passion. Movement, though. Garnet is your fire. So it keeps things moving, keep you motion, especially creativity, vocalizing. Let's put some movement in that. No point talking the talk. We need to walk the walk. So let's get those legs going. And yeah, the black tourmaline in it. Protection as we go, protecting while we're moving. Yes, like that. It is a good mix of stones in that. So yeah, fabulous. Right. Well, I think that's all that I've needed to say. If you guys need to say anything, if you've got any questions, anything at all to ask, please do so. And it could be, today we could talk about anything, any cleansing ideas, any questions around cleansing, charging, anything around Amazonite, or if you've got any other crystal questions. We've got about 10 minutes left. Just to let you know, on Friday, I will be here to do the cards. I didn't ask Friday because we were busy doing other things, but this Friday I will be here and I will be doing the cards. And also, if you are local to Tiverton, we have got ourselves, or even if you're not local to Tiverton, but around the surrounding areas, we have got ourselves a brilliant resident reader. Sam is going to be with us on a Tuesday afternoon, 12 till 5, to use the medicine wheel, the animal wisdom, the animal oracle. She's done a lot of years working with animals and reading people with the cards. So if you would like to have readings, not only do we have special guests coming in every so often, but we've got somebody who's here on a Tuesday, 12 till 5, for beautiful readings, and she's got an amazing dog, Toto, who is just so cute. So yes, I said you need to bring him. He needs to be here. We need a dog in the shop. So that is all good. What else is going on? I don't think I've got much on today. That's nice. Tomorrow I've got my lesson with the children. I've got my second group of teenagers. So we're looking at the base chakra. Get them to connect to 3 crystals for the base. That's important. So that's Thursday. Friday, I've got the cards. And then we're spending a weekend in Wales for a nice little wedding. So that's nice. A weekend of Wales. And apparently there's a huge rugby match. Don't know how I feel about that. Hey, Caroline. No problem, sweetheart. You catch up on replay with a Amazonite. So if there's nothing more to say, if there is no more questions to be asked, then I am going to let you guys catch up on your Wednesday. Enjoy your day. And maybe, if this week you're feeling you need to speak something and you don't know how to make it cool and calm, pick up a bit of Amazonite. Be as cool as a cucumber. Okay? So have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. See you all soon. Bye-bye. Oh, yes. We have got a weekend away, but the shop is still open on Saturday. Thank you, husband. Nice little saviour there. So, yeah, the shop's not closed on Saturday. The shop will still be open. The beautiful Mother Faye is running the shop for us. So please do pop in and see her. But yes, thank you for that. Cheers, Kay. Cheers, Kerry. Cheers, Pixie. Thank you, Tracy. See you soon. Bye.